Hi, and welcome to episode 9 of the Bay Area Knitter Podcast. You see we're at a little different angle right now, and that's because we wanted to introduce Diana's little friend.
This is Lobo, and he's laying here wanting to be pet on his tummy. So he's lounging.
Yay. He's so precious, and as you can see, we have Diana with us again today. I know all you guys really loved her last time, so...
Thank you for all the positive feedback.
We had to bring her back, and Lobo's ready to sit up, so I guess we can tilt the camera back. You gonna stay like that? Okay. He's gonna lick me. Whoops. There we go. He can still be seen a little bit. Yay.
He's going to take away all the attention.
He is. He's gonna take over. Maybe not. Anyway. So it's nice to have you back. I know you got a lot of positive feedback, or we got a lot of positive feedback last time you were on the show.
I know, that was so nice. I wasn't expecting that.
I know, right? I mean, I was, but...
Well, thank you.
Oh, so...
I appreciated it. It made me excited for you and made me want to maybe do it again, so here I am.
I know, that's nice. I was hoping you'd come back soon.
I'm glad you came back.
Right? And we're actually recording this on a Sunday, and I'll probably upload the video maybe by Tuesday so that give my last guest a little time for her show to air and get some more viewers.
She was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved listening to her.
Yeah.
You've talked about her a lot, so it was nice to kind of meet her in a way.
Yeah, Patricia. So, and I know I'll probably have her on again sometime too. Maybe the three of us could get together sometime.
Sure.
That would be fun.
Gonna get a wider angle camera, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm kind of thinking I need to get a different camera, maybe a microphone. Upgrade, go more professional.
Shop around.
Yeah.
It'd be good to ask other podcasters what they're using.
Right. Yeah. That's a good idea.
And get their feedback and recommendations, because I know some have tried a few different things.
Right.
I know someone that uses their iPad.
Oh yeah. Who is it? A
Woolen
knitting podcaster?
It's a knitting podcaster. I think her name is Woolen Vine.
Okay.
She's a dyer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she had bought some new equipment to use for the podcast, and it wasn't working, and she just started using her iPad, and she got more positive feedback from it than she did, so she stuck with it.
Well, I know when I was at Patricia's house, her daughter mentioned the app, the iMovie app, and she said that you could probably use it.
Yeah.
That you can edit with it, and so I might try that next time. Right now my iPad is kind of full. It doesn't have any memory left on it, and I've got to get rid of some stuff or delete some apps or download my pictures to free up some space.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I think for now this is fine.
Yeah. Just give it a little better quality though. Maybe if I could go with something else. Yeah.
Yeah, I think anything is better than the built-in, but
Right.
it's fine for now.
Yeah, this is just my Dell webcam. It's the Dell Webcam Central.
Yeah, it's not even an external webcam. It's just built into the...
It's just right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right above the screen.
But it works. You don't have anything extra to bring with you or set up.
Just pack the laptop in the bag and go. So what you working on?
So, I started working on this cowl after Stitches West. I picked up these mini skeins from Pepperberry Knits. It's 100% cashmere, and I kind of have some blues and browns, and I have just stripes going. I started with some thin stripes, and then I started whitening the stripes, and I have no real pattern. I'm just going with it. Designing, I guess, as I go. And I have them all in this cute little yarn bowl that I got from a friend.
I love that.
So I have them all hand wound up.
Like the little birdie.
I like the little birdie. Yeah.
Cute.
So that's what I've been working on. I'm trying not to get too busy on any other projects because there's this one big shawl coming up that I'm very excited about, and I'm trying to not get involved in anything else until then.
Really? Could you tell us more about that? No, I'm just kidding.
We're talking about
I know what she's
yours.
talking about.
Yeah.
My mystery knit along?
Yeah, that's going to be my next big project. So I'm kind of
Yay.
trying to finish some old ones for
Oh,
now.
good. Yay. I'm glad you've decided to join us, and I think today you were looking at yarn that you were trying to decide which yarn you were going to use for it.
Yeah, when you got here I was stash diving,
Mm-hmm.
and you helped me pick a couple skeins. So these are the skeins that I'm planning to use. Here, I'm doing it reversed. I haven't learned yet.
I know.
how
The
that
first few
goes.
episodes I was backwards.
Mm-hmm. So this is Zen Garden. And I didn't realize it until I was looking at it now, but this skein is based on a piece of art that I'm not too
Yeah.
familiar with, but the colors represent the colors of that piece of yarn. So it's the Serenity 20, so it's merino, cashmere, and nylon. And then last year at Stitches West I picked up this Plucky Knitter One Hit Wonder, or One of a Kind. So it's a nice pretty blue. So I think together we looked at a few different combinations and we decided to go with these.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a heavy fingering, if not
This-
maybe a sport,
Mm-hmm. But that'll work.
but I think it's going to be fine. With a
Mhm.
shawl, if it's bigger, it's bigger. It's not a problem. I might need to use bigger needles
Right.
than some other people might. But yep, thank you for helping me select yarn for that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
put aside for that. I'll have to cake them up. How many days until we start?
August 15th will be the first clue. I'll release the first clue, so I don't know. What day is today? 26th.
Yep. So
We don't have much longer.
yeah, about 20 days from now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
I'm
better
getting
finish up.
excited. You better knit fast.
I know. As you said that, I started knitting more quickly than I had before.
Right?
20 days, 20 days.
I know. And you had another shawl you were working on, but you're
Yes.
not sure if it'll be done before then, or
I think I showed this last time you were here. This is the Through the Loops 2015 Mystery Knit Along. And all 6 clues have been released and most people are done. And I think I had shown this. But now I've introduced the second color.
yeah, I don't think you were to the second color last time.
So now there's some mesh lace.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to do 12 repeats of that. I think I have about 9.
Very pretty.
And then you start doing, it's a very sort of scalloped lace edge.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just getting so big, and I don't have the energy to work on it now. And I like this nice short little cowl that has, I think, 32 stitches from one end to the other, and you just turn it around. So I'll get back to this one. I like it,
All right.
and I want to finish it before I start yours, so that
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
gives me a deadline. Those are the 2 things that I've been working on, and then I have some finished projects that we could talk about later, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. And you're wearing one.
Oh yeah, this is
You're wearing an FO.
this is in my Nympha Lydia shawl. I don't remember if I showed it last time.
I think you did, but I don't. Was it finished?
It was finished.
Yeah.
I was saying how I don't know how to wear it because it's an odd
Okay.
shape,
Mhm.
but I just throw it around my neck and
Mhm.
hopefully it pops into the right place. It's not triangular and it's not square,
Mhm.
so it has a point here,
Oh yeah.
and I love the lace edge. So anyhow,
so
it
it comes up like this at the top. Like the top has a point.
there
as
is
well.
a point, but one
Mhm.
side is longer than the other.
Okay.
So when I put it on, I have to look in the mirror and really like
Mhm.
try and see how I can get it on right. But most of the time, however it lands is how I wear it. I just feel like I have to
Oh yeah, but I
finish
like,
it.
I like it.
Thanks. I like it too. It's light and
Mhm.
airy.
Very nice. I
So
like the mesh, and the garter.
yeah. And Nympha Lydia is a butterfly. And
Oh, okay.
so it's supposed to be like a butterfly's wing.
Mhm.
It's a
Oh,
really
nice.
popular pattern.
Nice.
I like it.
Very cool.
Obviously, I like shawls.
Mhm. So do I. That's why I'm starting my my mystery knit along so I can finally do a shawl.
And how many people do you have signed up already? Are you able
Oh.
to look to see how many purchases have been made?
You know what? I've had purchases pretty much every day,
Really?
and I've kind of lost track of how many people have signed up. There's probably at least 20 or more,
That's a really good
I
sign.
would say. Maybe even more than that, maybe 30.
There's a Ravelry group that's called Knit-alongs and Crochet-alongs, and I saw your pattern on there, and I don't know if that's something that you added,
Oh.
or if someone goes fishing and
I don't
looks
think
for them.
so.
So
I
it's
need
on
to
this
check that out.
it's on this thread. So
Okay.
a lot of the knit-alongs that I've done, like the shawl I just showed, I found out through that group.
Oh, wow.
So you'll get some good exposure on it.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I'll show you later.
Yeah, that works.
What else? What have you been working on?
Oh, basically just my designs. I'm still working on the Manos del Uruguay. And it's been taking a while because I've had a couple of designs I've been working on. I did one for Coates and Clark for Red Heart, and I finally got it finished and shipped off. So I'm still working on the Manos one. It's actually a couple of pieces. It's going to be a set, and it's due September 1st, but I'm trying to get it finished before we start the knit along, so I can just focus more on that. And I've started working on the sample, my shawl for the knit along, so that once we release the first clue, I can actually, help people with certain stitches if they need help, or kind of show the beginning, and once you guys catch up to where I am, I can show you what I've done. And I'm even thinking about some of the stitches I might do like a tutorial video for.
Oh, that's a really good idea. People really love those.
Yeah,
I love those.
It's pretty basic, but there are, if you're a new knitter, totally new, there might be a few things you haven't heard of. So, like there's some knit into the front and back, and then there's purl into the front and back.
It'd be nice if you had your own video to show how to do that.
So yeah, I think I'll do that.
Video is, to me, so much easier than written instruction.
Right.
Everybody reads or everybody learns differently.
Right.
For me, a video is so much clearer because you could pause and replay and pause and replay.
More visual. I think I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Anytime, there's still times I don't know what kind, how to do certain stitches, and I go to YouTube and search for it and figure it out.
Yeah, just last night I was looking up how to Kitchener stitch because the top that I worked on, I needed to Kitchener stitch the shoulders together, and I've done it a million times, but every time I have to look it up because unless you do it regularly, you forget.
Yourself.
Yep. So I love being able to do that.
I've seen like little keychains or something that had the Kitchener stitch on it.
Oh, I think I've seen
where
that
you
too.
can kind of carry it with you.
A little shortcut.
Yeah. Yeah, carry it with you for tips or reminders.
Yeah. There's another keychain that has like the sock construction. Have you seen those?
Oh,
It shows like a little sock, and it shows the top of the sock, like the cuff, and then it shows the body, and then it shows the heel flap and all the different components.
Nice. That would be a good tool to have.
Yeah. For those who are big sock knitters, which
right.
I don't have socks on the needles. The socks that I showed last time when I was with you, I gave to my mom to take to my aunt in Pennsylvania. So they're all done. I don't have them to show, but I have pictures, and anyone who follows me on Instagram probably saw the pictures I post about that.
Oh, and remind people you're on Instagram. She's D Sadie.
Yep, DeeSadie. D Sadie.
D Sadie. And I'm Bay Area Knitter, in case you didn't know. I'm sure most people do, but some people I've actually found. Some people have started following that aren't on Instagram. Imagine that.
So what are they following, on the YouTube?
Yeah, on the YouTube channel. I've had a few new viewers that have found me,
Maybe on Ravelry.
Maybe. So I don't know.
Or your blog.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, because I blog too. And I actually, I have, the website or the URL is just bayareaknitter.com now, because I had bought that domain, and I actually set it up to where now if you just go to bayareaknitter.com, it'll forward you to the blog.
Oh, nice. So you don't have
So,
to search as much.
yeah, it makes it a little shorter too, instead of typing in all of that with Blogspot and everything.
Right.
So,
Cool.
but yeah, so now I'm trying to make it easier for people to find me.
That's great.
So,
So what else are you working on? Anything else?
besides that, let's see, I've got my notes here, trying to remember what else I was
Anything
doing.
exciting coming up for
Oh
you?
yeah, well there is one thing coming up, and I'm hoping I do get this uploaded before it happens, because this coming Thursday, which is what day?
The 30th?
Yep, I think it is. Thursday the 30th. I'm going to actually be the guest on Marley Bird's The Yarn Thing podcast. So if you haven't heard of Marley Bird, I think it's just marleybird.com. You can actually go to marleybird.com to find out more. She's on Blog Talk Radio and iTunes. And I'm going to be a guest on her show. She actually does a live show, so you can either call in or log in online and chat with other people in the chat room. I know Diana is a regular listener.
Yeah. I secretly listen to Marley Bird from work with my little earbud in at my computer. And then when it's time to call in, because every week they have a prize that they give away. Every
Right.
guest donates a prize. So when it's time for that, then I mute my computer and then I call on my phone and I'm just hoping to win. And I've won twice.
Yay!
But I like Marley's podcast because you can also chat with other people who are logged in online. So
Mhm.
while you're listening to the podcast live, you can talk to some other people. And Tammy, who is, I think she's referred to by Marley as her tech, what is it, her social media Medusa?
Yeah, social media Medusa.
She's on there in the chat room sharing links and photos and information about all of the guests. So
Nice.
while you're listening, if you're not familiar with them, you can kind of follow along.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
so happy for you that you're going to be on there.
I'm nervous, but you know.
It's audio only.
I know, but it's live.
It's live.
So there's no redos. I mean, you know, Ron Miskin of Buffalo Wool Company. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah, I listened.
But so anyway, I've designed for them, and so he saw that I had posted on Facebook that I was going to be on her show, and he said, "Be careful." He said she likes to make people like ask questions and find out scandals and
Scandals? I
That's
have
what he
not heard any
said.
scandals.
I hope not. No, not that I have anything to hide, but I just, and I responded to his comment on Facebook, and I said, "Thanks, Ron." Not as if I wasn't already nervous enough,
Sometimes she'll just run out of things to say and she'll just ask the callers to ask the questions. So you
Okay.
just have to be prepared for whatever questions
Right.
readers would have for you, or
Right.
crocheters.
Right. But yeah, so I'm thinking I might need to go buy a microphone and maybe some earbuds so that I can log in through her new high definition. I don't know. She said that they're doing it high def now. Either that or I'll end up calling in on my cell phone, and don't know if the quality is as well.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
So
They have a lot of audio problems. I've seen a lot, or I've heard a lot of issues. Unfortunately, it's not up to Marley. It's
right.
I think it's a Blogspot site that hosts their
Blog
podcast.
Talk?
Blog Talk, yeah. What is Blogspot?
Blogspot.
That's something else.
Is that my blog? It is that, I think. The Blogspot. Is it called Blogspot? The
It's-
blog?
Well, the Marley one is Blog Talk.
Okay, yeah.
You were
Blog
right.
Talk. Okay. Blogspot, I think, is podcast. I mean, no, see, now I'm confused too.
No one's gonna want to watch this.
This is cool, isn't it? No.
These two ladies don't know what
Anyway.
they're talking about. Anyway, on Thursday, tune in and listen to Christine on Marley's podcast that is live
Right.
on Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio or iTunes, but it's live on Blog Talk Radio.
Right.
So iTunes will have it posted later, I guess, to where you
Yeah.
can listen at any time if you're not available to listen online in person.
And I'm sure you'll
So,
post the link here to
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there will be a direct link here, and I'll put it on my blog too, so that if you forget where to find it, then you can just go there Thursday morning and click the link and get logged in.
It's gonna be fun. I can't
So,
wait.
if I can keep my kids quiet, I might have to send them to the bedroom or give them something to do.
I'm sure they can find something.
It's gonna be fun, but yeah, I can't wait either. I'm looking forward to chatting with you, Marley, if you're listening.
And talk to them about your mystery knit along. Talk to all the viewers or listeners, I should say.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fun. So what else? Oh, I was gonna mention this. I don't I don't know if you guys ever look at the shop on Ravelry. They've got their own store, and I had bought a mug through there a couple of years ago, I guess, and I don't really look at the shop very often, but last week I decided to check it out and see if they had any new things online, Ravelry stuff to purchase, and I could not resist a new water bottle, and this is a Camelback. There we go.
It looks so much bluer on the screen than it is.
It does. It's more of a teal color. So it's got little sheep, and the trees are stockinette stitch. Oh, and I just noticed even the grass, like down in here, it's got stockinette or some kind of a design.
You got that from me, right?
Right. No. Not this time. No.
No, I'm definitely going to order one.
Good try. No.
Do they have different colors?
This was the only color they had. And when I saw this one, it actually does look like the one they had on their website, but I think the one on the website was all gray, like the lid was all gray, and they said that I guess Camelback or whoever makes these had recently just changed it to where it's got the blue lid now, and maybe this part used to be more teal. They said that it actually is a little bluer than the one they've got online.
I think it's
So,
adorable.
Maybe the color you see on the camera is the color you'll get. No, if they've changed it to a more blue color. But thank you. I like it.
I love it.
So cute, and I love sheep, so I had to get it.
Do you use the Camelback backpacks?
I haven't. No.
I recently went hiking with a girlfriend, and she brought one for me.
Mhm.
And it's pretty neat. I mean, anyone out there who hikes knows them. But it's basically a backpack that has a pouch, and you put your water in it.
Oh, nice.
And then through the strap, there's a little opening, and you just basically
it's got a straw.
like a straw,
I've
and you
seen
just drink
those.
from it without having to remove it, and
Oh, cool.
it's pretty convenient.
And that's probably why this says like it's a one hand, something to do with the spout. You bite it.
Yeah, you
and
bite
it's
it,
like one-handed or
and you just
yeah.
drink it without having to tilt it.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I think.
Yeah.
That's how the backpack works.
Okay. Yeah. This one just said you can bite it and suck.
Like a straw.
Yeah.
Very
But
cool.
it's spill proof, so that's good.
I love that.
Always worried about those leaking in my bag or something.
I wonder if you can replace the straw part.
I think so. You should be able to. It said something about the replacement parts, like I guess the whole lid, so it's connected, and I guess you would just replace. Oh, the straw too probably comes out.
Yeah, that whole thing would probably be replaced.
Yeah.
That's really neat. I love the print.
Yeah. I couldn't believe they had it, and you know, Camelback's really a good brand, and it's the BPA free, so yay. Way to go, Ravelry. This is cool.
Good find. How
Yeah.
much was it?
I think it was like $19 plus shipping.
That's
But
not too bad.
I think, don't quote me on that because I think that was about the price. But yeah, so I figured it would be worth it.
Cool.
I need to start walking more, and that'll get me motivated to go walking so I can carry my sheep with me.
We need to walk more.
We do.
I've told you last time when we were recording that I love to knit and walk.
Oh yeah, we should do that. We should practice.
You could probably do a mitered square.
I could.
Independently from the blanket without carrying the whole blanket.
That's true.
I usually do socks, but that's a small enough and portable enough thing.
Until I get past that first section, because then I think you have to join every time. Yeah, I haven't really looked at the instructions or the pattern to see what you do once you get past that first row. Once you get the width, I think you just keep adding on to it and you don't do any more singles.
So you just pick up on one of the corners.
Yeah.
Okay.
because that's what I'm working on right now, is another one of my little mitered squares. I think I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 more squares for the width, and then I'll be ready to work up.
So right now you do them separately and then you join them when you're done with the square?
That's what I've been doing. I started out with just 2 individual squares, and then I picked up the stitches down this side and then up this side and joined this one. And then I think I did maybe another 2 individuals and connected the one in the middle there. And then I had, you know, like 2 sets of 3, and I joined them together with one in the middle. But lately I've just been doing like 1, and then I'll connect them together. Pick up this one and pick up this one and add one in between. I don't know, it probably sounds really confusing, but
I would think that once you
There's a
get the
method.
length done, you would want to just continue from the existing space instead of adding it. Well, does it change the amount of loose
'Cause-
ends that you have to weave in, whether you do it
Oh.
independently or not?
probably. I mean, probably not. I mean, because you're always going to have your cast on and bind off.
Regardless.
Yeah, so each one has at least 2 ends to weave in.
Right.
And I think this, once you get the width, then you have to just keep building up, and so you probably just have to keep picking up stitches and adding on.
Right. Will eventually be great
Yeah.
lap knitting because you can just
Yeah.
have it over your legs and keep warm while you're adding to it.
That's true. I've seen some people that have like 3 of these blankets started. Like 3
Really?
different ones, different size squares, or like they'll be doing one with the, I think it's called the barn raising quilt, those squares, and then they'll have a couple of these. They might have one with 41 stitch cast on, and then they might have one that's got smaller squares with 31 stitches, or...
But doesn't it all have to be even eventually? I mean, I don't know, I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, I think they're working on complete, you know, like 3 different separate blankets, which will take them forever. But
I see. So the 3 blankets have different sizes. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And then some people add a large square, like they'll randomly place big squares in there that are about the equivalency of 4 of these little squares, where they'll have patches of big squares mixed in.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I have seen that.
Yeah. So, what else was I going to talk about? I picked my winner for the book that I was giving away, the Friday Night Knitting Club. I had comments that were left on the blog and on YouTube. I extended it during my last show, so anyway, the winner, I went to random number generator and I chose number 5, ended up being Margaret Elias. So Margaret Elias, if you're the one that left a comment on episode 7 of the podcast, this is yours. So contact me and get me your address so I can get it shipped to you. You're the lucky winner.
Congratulations, Margaret.
Yay! I should have done drum roll. I forgot.
Right, I did a drum roll
You-
for something else last
I
time.
know, you did a good drum roll last time.
That's great. That is a great book. That is.
So yeah.
I don't really like reading much, but if I do, I like reading about knitting.
Oh yeah, it is. I've read it. And there's even one that comes after it, a sequel. I think it's Knit 1, Purl 2 or something.
Where the daughter is a little older, I think. I haven't read it, but I've heard of it.
I think so. I may not be saying it right.
It's nice of you to
Yeah.
give that book away.
Yeah. Well, I ended up with 2 copies somehow, so. Like I said though, Margaret, it's not brand new. It's been read, so hopefully you won't mind, but it's in really good condition, so.
It looks new.
I just figured I'd pass it on. So yeah. That, and you were going to share, you had a couple more things that you wanted to share.
I have a
think.
couple finished projects that I thought I'd share. One of them I just finished and one I had a while back, but I think you'd asked about it, so I brought it out.
Okay.
So there's a top that I made last year. It's a tank top, and I didn't like the way that it fit, so I did a little bit of sweater reconstruction, and redesigned it, I guess,
Mhm.
which meant I had to do math, and I'm not very good at.
But it looks awesome.
It's called a classic silk Mayfair camisole. So this is what the tank looks like in the pattern.
That's the original pattern.
That's the original pattern.
And that's what it looked like when you were finished?
Well, yes and no. When I made it, I changed the straps because the straps here are straight.
Oh, yeah.
And what I did is I crossed the straps so it went across my back because a lot of people were complaining that the straps would fall off. So I thought, well, maybe if I cross it, it'll stay in place better.
Mhm.
And I liked it okay. I wasn't crazy about how it looked on my back. It makes my back look wider than it is. And as it is, I have an odd shaped back.
I don't think so, but
So what I did was I took the straps off and I just used the body. And I basically turned it into a more traditional V-neck top.
very cool.
So everything from here down was the same. Luckily the construction was bottom up, so I already had all this. And then I just picked up stitches alongside. There was a little bit of purl bumps on this, so there's a section here that has purl bumps on here on the bottom, and then there's another row of purl bumps here, and I just picked those up.
Very cool.
And I just created a traditional tank.
Mhm.
So it's got like a V-neck in the back and a V-neck in the front, and I like the fit a lot better.
Mhm.
It's a little bit low, so I have to wear an undershirt.
Yeah, but that's really nice.
Yeah, and it's kind of funky yarn. It's cotton and silk and nylon, and even though that's what it is, it looks like it's something different. It looks heavy, but it's really light and airy, and it fits really nicely. Maybe next time I'll wear it.
Yeah, it feels like it would be really cool to wear in the summer.
I like to wear a lot of sleeveless tops.
Mhm.
So I finished that one.
Oh, and you said you added the cables.
Right, the original pattern doesn't have the cables down the center that I have on mine.
Mhm.
I just added them because at the time I was trying to learn how to do cables.
You did a good job.
Yeah, and it's nice form fitting, and it kind of shapes the figure nicely by having the cables there. So it kind of pulls the eye
Mhm.
in the right places. And then I think you had mentioned to me about this top that I had. I posted this one on Instagram. This is called the Sun Tea top.
I love that one.
I don't remember the designer, but I can pull it up.
Yeah.
But this is all just cotton yarn.
Mhm.
And then this yarn here, I just love this yarn. I don't know if anybody from the area remembers, there was a yarn shop in San Francisco that recently closed, and I got the yarn there. And it was called Art Fibers, and it was a really neat yarn shop in
Okay.
that you didn't buy skeins of yarn.
Mhm.
The yarn was all loose and in
Oh.
cones,
Oh,
and
wow.
you would buy exactly how many yards you wanted. So
Oh,
if you
really?
needed to do 420 yards for your sweater, or I guess not a
Oh,
sweater,
wow.
a shawl, you could buy 420 yards.
Really? They would just measure it out for
Yeah.
you and
Yeah, and it's cotton on the inside, and then it has like a nylon, almost like a stocking over it. Like
Oh,
the
that's cool.
tube on the inside is cotton,
Mhm.
and then the outside is nylon. So it's got a little bit of stretch because of the nylon,
Mhm.
but it doesn't grow like cotton alone does.
Were you working with this yarn? I think one time when I came to the knitting group,
I think I was.
because I remember you talking about that type of yarn.
It was just
with
so
the
neat
nylon
to me.
and
Yeah, so I like how it knit up, and I didn't have very much, so it was enough for me to use it in this way. And the construction of this top is really neat because you start here and you just do garter stitch up and down, all
Wow.
up and down, and then you pick up and you go in stocking it downward.
Oh wow.
So that's the sun tea, but I called it the green tea because of the
Right?
colors.
Oh yeah, that works too.
So yeah, I thought I'd show you those two. I have a lot of other things, but nothing else that I brought out to show. I don't want to.
And everybody was like on the edge of the seat waiting to see what else you had, because last time.
I don't want to take over your show with all my finished projects.
But yeah, everybody loved what you showed last time, and I know I can't remember who it was, one of my viewers said that she actually went and bought the sweater that you were wearing.
Oh, the Kimmy knit lace top?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
She said that.
That's a free pattern,
oh,
actually.
maybe just. Yeah, maybe that was what it was, that she decided to knit that because she saw you wearing it.
Aw.
Yeah, she was like, oh, is that the one she was wearing? I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a free pattern using Kristen Omdell's bamboo sport yarn.
Right.
And you and I were just talking about how she just released new colorways of that yarn. So I think now there's 17 different colors you could choose from.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So
you'll have to check it out. I'm actually using one of her bags right now too. Well, actually, it's an Erin Lane bag. Where's the label? There it is. This is one of the
cute.
Erin Lane bags that Kristen Omdahl designed.
What doesn't Kristen Omdahl do?
I know, right? Multi-talented lady.
She does a little bit of everything.
She's so awesome. But yeah, so I think she has these for sale on her Etsy shop. She's got an Etsy shop. I'll have to look the link up and I'll put it in the show notes so that you can find it. And hopefully she still has some of these cute little sheep bags because they're just adorable. I love sheep, like I said.
I think anyone who's a knitter loves sheep.
Yeah.
We see sheep and we think something totally different than we did as a child.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I just wanna. I wish I could just shear them and just spin up their yarn like in a moment's notice and just start knitting.
That would be nice. Sheep and alpacas. I would love to have an alpaca farm. If it was up to me, I'd probably live on a farm and have alpacas and sheep, and that would be well, besides knitting, that would be what I would do.
You know, I have some alpaca yarn that a girlfriend of mine brought from a trip to Seattle, and I haven't figured out what to make with it.
Really?
I have 1,000 yards.
Wow.
It's a little bit halo-y, so it's a little heavy, and here in California it's just so hot, it doesn't get cold enough to where you need really heavy yarn, but I don't know if alpaca just looks heavier than it is, if it's lighter than wool. I mean,
it is warm. It's really warm. Yeah.
That's why I always knit sleeveless tops, because it's just hot here.
Right.
And I don't know, today was pretty warm. I think you said it was 87.
Yeah, I think that's what the car said on my way here.
We were thinking of going for a walk and we decided against it.
I know. Although that yogurt would have been really good by the time we got there.
I know.
It would have been a reward, right?
Maybe after the podcast we could get in the car and drive there.
That works, yeah. Just drive there. Which is it? Like the frozen yogurt? Is it which what's the name of it? The type? The store name, or do you remember?
I'm drawing a blank right now. It's the big name here.
I know. There's one by my house too, and I can't think of it.
Yogurtland, I think.
Is it Yogurtland?
I think
it's
just
maybe.
Yogurtland.
With all the different flavors, and
you serve
just
yourself.
weigh them out. Yeah, I love that. I love that kind of yogurt.
Yeah, me too. And they just opened this whole shopping center down the street, and that's where I was talking about. So every now and then I get myself to walk over there because I'm trying to stay on top of the Fitbit thing.
Right.
I'm really proud of myself because most of the challenges that I get into, I win.
Yeah, especially with me right now. Yeah, I've got my Fitbit on, but to be honest, I don't know, since the kids got out of school, I just haven't been walking. During school, it was easy because I would walk them to and from school. And then, sometimes even after I walked them to school, I would walk around the neighborhood before coming back home. But since they've been home, we just haven't done anything. We've been staying home because it's been hot, and I just haven't gotten any steps in. I think I average about 3,000 a day.
My boyfriend, who works on an ambulance, he gets steps that he doesn't even take. He'll be sitting there driving and it counts steps for him. So he's been really frustrated because it's inaccurate.
Yeah.
But because the ambulance bounces around so much, it's counting it as a step. So
that does happen. I was gonna say
he comes home and he's like, "Oh, I have 10,000 steps." I'm like, "What? What? Are you kidding me?
That's not fair."
I know.
Well, when I met the girls that drive the yarn over truck.
Oh yeah.
I remember them saying that they had that problem, that they stopped using their Fitbits because driving around in the yarn over truck, they were getting steps.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it's not just some people, but it's a common concern. I wonder if we should contact Fitbit and see if there's anything we can do.
Right, we should, huh? See if if there's a way to make it to where it doesn't register just when you hit a bump.
You would think that it's not just looking for motion, but also your heart rate.
Some
It
of
should be a
them-
combination of.
Well, yours does the heart rate, I think, but this one doesn't.
Oh, I guess that's true. They don't
Yeah.
all do it.
Which one does your boyfriend have? Is
The
his
same one, the
same?
HR.
Okay,
Yeah.
mine is the this is the charge, but it's not the HR.
Okay,
So yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of people have problems with the Fitbit not being accurate.
Right. Well.
But anyway, I'm still trying to walk regardless.
Yeah, and I need to. Maybe we can march around your house after the podcast.
We can. I don't know if I mentioned to you, but I'm going on a cruise in September with some
No,
friends.
I don't
So
think you
there's
did.
3 couples going on a
nice.
cruise to Mexico.
Oh wow.
Into Puerto Vallarta and Cancun. So I'm really trying to get in shape, and
Oh nice. Wow.
I went
Bikini weather? I mean bikini time.
I went
Yeah.
bathing suit shopping yesterday, and I think I tried on about 45 different bathing suits.
Wow. Did you choose one?
I chose one in the end that I feel like I settled for, but I just felt like I'll get it, and if I find something better later, then great, and if not, at least I have something.
Yeah.
But I'm getting very excited about that trip, and
that's good.
I plan to knit on the ship.
Oh good. Are you going to be able to post to Instagram and show your sea knitting?
From what I understand, there's not any signal.
Oh no.
So I might not be able to. I might
How will
just
you
have to
survive?
disconnect.
Oh no.
Well, I'll have my
Tragic.
friends. I'll
I
still
know.
be knitting.
No, you should actually just disconnect and enjoy yourself. That's an
Yeah.
awesome cruise.
It just scares me to not be able to talk to my kids if something happens,
Oh,
even though they'll be with their dad that week.
Right.
I just always feel, like every mom, that you just need to be connected, and God forbid something happens. So
Right.
that makes me a little bit nervous, but I think
True.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So trying to walk plenty before then.
And if any of you out there have a Fitbit and want to join us, just contact us and we'll send you an invitation and get you set up to be our friend on Fitbit.
Yeah, it's a little different. You can't
Yeah.
just follow a username. You have to get
Right.
an email or a link.
Yeah, you'd have to contact us and then send us your email and then we can send you an invitation.
Yeah, that would be great. I love doing challenges. I love
Mhm.
seeing how everybody is doing.
Yeah.
Because I think we talked about this last time as well. Knitting is just such a stagnant,
Right. Just sitting and
activity.
knitting all the time.
That's why I try to walk and knit at the same time.
Right.
Anyhow.
Like right
so.
now I'm at the point where I need to count, so I haven't done any stitches here. I keep looking at it because I'm not sure if I'm at the center point. I think I am.
You should use a stitch marker.
I do need to use a stitch marker, at least for the podcast if I want to knit and talk, right?
That's knitting nicely. I like the brown and the green together.
Yeah. And this is one of the mini skeins I got from Francesca on Instagram. I don't remember what her name, I mean her first name is Francesca, but I don't know what her username is on Instagram, but thank you Francesca, this is really pretty.
Such a cool community that you're a part of
Yeah.
now that does this exchange of these mini skeins. That's neat.
And it's cool because I don't think I realized that she also lives in San Jose. So,
Oh yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I'm
Yeah.
curious as to who Francesca is, and I want to be friends too.
yeah, it's Francesca Hoffman. I guess I can say that because I think she actually has that on her on Facebook and on Instagram. I think she lists her name, but yeah, it says she's in San Jose. So yay.
Does it say what kind of yarn this is?
Oh yeah, some of them do and some don't, but she did put hers on here. It's the Knit Picks Hawthorne. So that's Knit Picks Hawthorne, and so far I'm really liking it. And it is the Laurelhurst colorway. Which way does it go? There it goes. Laurelhurst. So yeah, we did a mini skein swap. The group is actually moving from Facebook to Ravelry, and they're going to have their own, they've actually got their own Ravelry group now. And I think it's just, let me see if I can pull it up real quick and see what it's called, because I've had a couple people ask me about, who do I do my swaps with. So let's see if I can find it real quick.
I'm sure there's more than one swap.
Yeah.
This is such a popular blanket.
Right. And I still have to log in every time.
And then once you log in, it works?
Not always. I mean, it works until, like, if I go out of that screen, then I have to log in again the next time I come back in.
I'm going to teach you a little trick that I learned. I had actually had to ask someone in the Ravelry help.
Okay.
It's somewhere in your settings. Wow, you have a lot of groups you're in.
I do. That's why it's hard to find. But I see, here it is. It's just called Sock Yarn Minis and Scrap Swapping. So if you just search that way, you'll find it.
Maybe show a picture of it.
Yeah. Their icon just has it's the one there with all the little mitered squares. So this one right here, they just put a picture of like a bunch of little mitered squares, like one of the blankets. And then when you go into the group, you'll see it. It's hard to show on here.
So how often are the
That's
swaps?
what it looks like. She's got a lot of swaps going on. Like, I signed up for one each month through the end of the year, so, but she's got swapless swaps also, where you don't actually swap with anybody, but you pay like $30, and I think she teams up with different yarn companies, and then you'll get like, let's see, let me click on one here.
So directly from the yarn distributor?
I think so. Or they send her the yarn and then she skeins them up. It says, so this is a swapless swap, which means you won't be making or sending any minis, but you'll receive 20 of them. So this is one she did with Knit Picks Hawthorne. That's actually the one that Francesca sent me. Wow. So, and it says, Knit Picks is a fantastic company that creates beautiful yarn. We'll be showcasing their new Hawthorne yarn for this swapless swap, and you'll receive 20 5-gram minis. So the swap will be open to 20 participants, and so sometimes it fills up quickly. If you go into the group, you'll want to, let her know that you want to participate before it fills up. Just leave your name in the post comments, and then the cost of that swapless swap is $30 for U.S. residents. The $30 cost includes the yarn, her making the minis, and postage to ship them to you.
That's really reasonable.
So yeah.
$30?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's like, pretty much like a whole skein, I guess.
Yeah, you would spend $30 on a skein as it is without all that work.
Yeah, so that's, and you get 20 5-gram, so it's the amount of a skein, and I guess it's like all different colors in that yarn. So yeah.
But the labor that she puts,
I know, she
into
does a
all
lot of
that.
work. She really does.
That's a really good price for that.
Yeah, so it takes me, long enough just to do my 20 minis per month to swap, in the groups that I signed up for. So yeah.
I think you're having a lot of fun with it.
I am.
And
yeah.
I'm enjoying watching you.
Lately, I did sign up for a challenge though to try to knit at least 15 mini skeins this month, but I don't think that's going to happen because I'm not even halfway there with the designing and stuff that I've been doing in the meantime.
Well, that's one every other day. But
Yeah.
like you said, it's not like you're not doing anything else.
Right. Yesterday I spent the whole day working on the monos design. So I call it the whole day, but off and on. And I'm sure
Your available time.
Yeah. It felt like all day, but of just straight knitting time, I probably knit for about 4 hours. I think I got like 10 inches done on what I was working on.
Yeah, you have a lot going on with designs. It's hard to focus on any one thing.
And that's the sad part about it, not being able to show you guys what I'm doing.
Well, and you don't have anything that you really wear or even have to keep because you give everything away.
I know. I'm not wearing. It's because every time I design something, I ship it off to the yarn company or the magazine, and I rarely get it back. They usually own the rights. Sometimes we share the rights, but I'm hoping that's going to change. I'm planning on doing a little more self-publishing, and with this knit along after this, I hope to have another one, and then I'm planning to do a little more self-publishing on Ravelry.
That's good.
So yeah.
See, I like knitting so that I can wear it.
Right.
I like knitting so that I can take my time.
Mhm.
And as much as I really like designing, I can't really say designing, but I seldom follow a pattern completely. I tend to
Right.
veer off and do something different and get creative. I wouldn't want to do it on a deadline. And I
Right.
wouldn't want to do it and not keep it.
Oh yeah.
So
I
that's
know.
that's why I just like to knit and follow along
Right. Well, that's
at
the
my
one
own
thing I
pace.
hate is sending off something that I've knit that I love. You know, sometimes I just want to keep it, but
I know.
that doesn't happen.
I have friends telling me that I should open up an Etsy shop and I
Oh,
should
yeah.
start designing, and those sound like great in theory, but
Mm.
I have a full-time job
Right.
and I'm a mom, and so as it is, it's hard enough for me to get time to knit
Right.
that I wouldn't want to give it up.
That's
I wouldn't
true.
want to give up the things I enjoy about knitting.
Right.
So
Oh, excuse me.
that's why I'm friends with a designer, and I get to have the best of both worlds.
Yay. Right.
All right. Do we have
Oh,
anything
well,
else you want to talk about?
I think that was about it. Yeah. Let me just double check here. I've got the wind. The fan blew my notes a little bit here. Yeah, don't forget to check out Marley Bird's The Yarn Thing on Thursday at 10 a.m. at Mountain Time. That's Mountain Time. So you'll need to see what time it is in your time zone because it airs at 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
Which is Pacific time for us, 9 a.m.
And thank you, Diana. She's actually the reason I think that I'm going to be on Marley Bird's show because her social Medusa was asking in a previous show who people wanted to see or hear on her podcast, and Diana said, "Bring Christine on."
I sure did. And it's just perfect timing
So-
because you had the knit along, so I'm so glad it worked out.
Yay! Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad.
good. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm happy for you. I can't wait to hear you
So-
live on the radio.
Hopefully I won't just forget everything I was going to talk about and be brain dead, but
I'll be texting you while you're on there. Keep calm,
I
keep
know.
calm.
I might need it. Actually, it might distract me even more. No.
Okay, then I won't.
Okay. And also, Margaret Elias, once again, be sure to contact me so that I can get your book to you. Congratulations. And I think this podcast episode, I'm going to have another giveaway. No requirement except to just leave a note in the comments below this YouTube video and or on the blog post. And it's going to be a skein of yarn. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I think I'm going to go stash diving myself. This time I'm going to dig through my stash and I'll find something to give to a lucky winner out there. So just leave a comment and I'll draw a name and have it announced on the next episode. So I think that's about it. Was there anything else
No.
you wanted to mention? You'll be back on again soon.
Yes.
Okay.
And in the last podcast, a couple people asked about my tattoo.
Oh yes.
So I thought I would show it. That's why I like to wear sleeveless shirts, because I just got this about a year ago. So I'm a big fan of hibiscus flowers. I grew up in Puerto Rico, and a lot of people think of hibiscus flowers and they think of Hawaii.
Oh
because
yeah.
They're predominant to any tropical country.
Mhm.
So I have 2 hibiscus flowers and I have 2 blue orchids.
Very pretty.
So I'm very happy with how that turned out.
Yeah.
I went in wanting a tattoo about this big. Go big or go home.
Right? Where'd you get it done? Texas? No.
No, but
That's
you
what
would
they
think with
say
a
there.
statement like that. No,
Right.
it's in San Francisco. There's
Oh,
a
wow.
female tattoo artist. Her
Mhm.
name is Christy Quinones, and she did a great job. And I can
Oh, wow.
pass on any information
Yeah.
to anyone who's interested. But I had a couple people ask, and I thought, okay, I'll just put it out there.
Yeah.
So there it
Very
is.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
and
Thanks for watching, and thanks for liking me being on here
Yeah.
with Christine taking over her show.
Oh no problem there. People think you should have your own show, right?
Yeah, that's another thing I don't want to get into.
She doesn't want to do it.
I like being the passenger. I just
Okay.
like.
So I'll just keep having you along for the
Sure.
ride. Okay.
Sure.
So every other week maybe we'll have you on.
Every other week.
Well,
I'm gonna have to really
maybe
keep
once
my house
a month.
clean.
Okay. Maybe once a month or every couple
Sure.
months or yeah, we'll see. I'm running out of things to talk about though, so I gotta have, knitters on here that are doing other things they can show.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm
Oh.
glad I could help.
Yeah. maybe we'll have some other Bay Area knitters.
Maybe.
I've found
Lobo
a
says
couple.
hi.
Aw. Yes, and his name is Lobo.
Yeah, 'cause he looks like a wolf, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I think so.
he does.
He's such a chick magnet whenever we go out walking.
Aw,
All the
I
girls are
bet.
always asking my boyfriend,
I
"Oh
was
my
gonna
God,
say,
he's
not
so
you,
cute."
right?
No.
when you're walking him, no.
He's 3.5 pounds and everybody thinks he's a
Aw.
puppy, but he's not. He's
I
full
know,
grown.
he's so tiny. He's about
He's
the
almost-
size of my chinchilla.
3.5 pounds of extra size
Pure,
lickable tongue.
pure pup. Cutesy woo.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess that'll do it.
Bye.
Until next time, happy knitting.